Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, it's your boy, Nesta Velasquez, better known as Nesta Team True Freedom. We out here in the Bronx, New York City, one of the boroughs right here, Yankee Stadium. It's definitely an iconic place to be, right? We have something very special to share with you today. I know a lot of people out there, when it comes to building your Wake Up Now business, you feel like that maybe you ran out of family members, maybe you ran out of friends to talk to, maybe you ran out of people on your social media to talk to, and you already burned your markets pretty much. So what can you do to actually engage a conversation with someone and pique their interest in order for you to share the opportunity and get them on your team? We have a tactic that works. It's been a tactic. It's been a tactic that's used by professionals, by top earners in all different companies. This tactic is called F.O.R.M. Now, I'm not going to steal the light off of the person that's going to be sharing with you exactly what F.O.R.M is, what it's about, and how you can apply it. The person who I'm going to have sharing this information with you, this guy is a leader of leader. His name is Brian. We call him Mr. Champs, right? I don't want to take too much light from him, but I'm going to have him explain to you exactly what F.O.R.M is about. So Brian, take it away, buddy.
What's going on, world? So my name is Brian, Mr. Champs. I am a top leader in Wake Up Now. So I'm going to talk to you about F.O.R.M. Now, simply F.O.R.M is nothing but an acronym that stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Message. Now, a lot of times we run through our warm markets. We want to find more people to talk to. We want to find more people to deal with. But we have to realize that we're in the business of people. We're not in the sales business. Although we are selling, we have to first make a connection with people. So what you want to do is when you F.O.R.M someone is you want to learn 3 things about them: family, occupation, recreation, and then you give your message. So a lot of times what happens when you F.O.R.M someone is, you may meet someone in the mall, you may meet someone while they're working, you can meet someone online. You get in contact with them, you develop a connection with them, you get the information that you're able to talk to them later. And the first thing you do is you ask them about their family, if they have any family, where they're from, how long they've been there, any siblings, things of that nature. From there you take the next step, which is occupation. You ask them what do they do for a living. They may tell you they're in sales, they may tell you that they're unemployed, they may tell you they're in school, and you build off those conversations. You show a genuine interest for the person. Say someone tells me they're in sales, I'm like, oh cool, what do you love about your job? And they may tell me that they make money commission, that that they're always making money, it's an endless cap of money they can make. If I say, all right, what don't you like about your job? They can tell me it's not enough hours, or they work too many hours, not enough time at home. And you want to remember all these things because that's what you're going to use later for your message. Then you ask about recreation. What do you do when you're not working? Or what do you do when you're not at home studying for classes? What do you do then? And people, you have to be surprised at how many things people will tell you, but they open up to you because they see that you genuinely care about them. That's what this business is all about. Once you find out the recreation, the occupation, and the family about them, that's when you deliver your message. You make your message transition into what and how it can be used for them to better benefit them. A lot of times people ask me, well, what do you do? I'm like, well, I'm in the people business. I help people make money, save money, and get out of debt in half the time. And they find it very interesting. I'm like, wow, that sounds interesting. I'm like, yeah, it really is. I can always show you if you ever be interested. And they're like, sure, show me. And from there, I'm able to, invite them out to a live presentation or use one of my push-play presentations to share their information, which is now the message. F.O.R.M is a very, very simple tactic. Again, it's just family, occupation, recreation, and message. You find out about them, find out what they are about, and that's how you deliver the sales. The sale is not about the product that we have. The sale is about the person itself. We're in the people business. That's pretty much a breakdown of F.O.R.M and how it works. And that's going to share some tips and tactics that's worked for him, and we're going to take it from there, all right?
Okay guys, so you heard it from the man himself, Brian, Mr. Champs, the legendary. Some of the things that worked for me when it came to F.O.R.M, it was actually fairly simple. Stuff that you do every single day, right? Like just the other day I was in Best Buy, just purchased myself an iMac Mini, and the person who was actually assisting me, the person who was helping me, we just engaged in conversation. He was asking me some questions and I asked him some questions. And of course I followed the F.O.R.M system, right? So family, I asked him where you're from, right? F.O.R.M, family part. I asked him, so where you from? He told me where he was from. I completely forgot it. But in the conversation, I was a great listener. You see, most people who think you're a great conversationalist, happens from you being a great listener. Sometimes a lot of people, they like to talk, and the #1 subject they like to talk about is who? Themselves. That's what they like to talk about. So I sat and I listened to him, right? And what I did was, I know he works at Best Buy, right? But then I asked him, what else do you do, to generate income or whatever, because he seemed like a pretty bright guy. So I asked him that, and he said that he had that he used to own and operate his own home-based business, right? And so what I did was I said, oh, that's really awesome. And what do you do with your free time? He says that he likes to play music and things like that. So what I did was I just simply listened. Now here's the bridge. Here's a tactic that works when you're applying the F.O.R.M system. The tactic that worked for me was I couldn't help but overhear. That's the bridge. You see, I couldn't help but overhear. You work 40 hours a week at Best Buy, you do this, you do that, all that. You obviously open your own home-based business, but it didn't work out for you. So, like, just tell me something. What do you think, if you don't change what you got going on right now, then how is life gonna be different for me? And then it gets them thinking, and then I share with them my elevator speech, just like what he said. I hope people save money, make money. I hope people save money, get out of debt, and make money on the side. And that alone, when I told them that's just the basic thing that I do in my home-based business, it piqued his interest. It piqued his interest, and we exchange information. What you want to do is, if you don't have time to actually sit there and show them the information, what you're going to want to do is exchange information. Don't say, hey, give me your number, or don't just give out your business card. Exchange information. You take his number or her number, and they take your number. Simple as that. They exchange information. Now when you call them, you're gonna call them like you know them. So if his name was Brandon, you're gonna call him and say, hey, what's up, Brandon? What's going on? It's me, Ness from Best Buy. I bought that iMac Mini from you. Remember? Instead of saying, hey, hello, is this Brandon? No, you don't want to do that. You want to already, you know, pretty much continue the conversation that you had before with the same kind of energy. You're gonna want to match that energy. You're gonna want to talk to them like you've been friends with them for years, right? And with that, they're gonna see the information in due time. Because when you build rapport with people, they won't shoo you off. They already piqued interest, they willingly exchange information, so now they are already expecting a phone call, they just don't know when. So, you know, I hope that helps.
So that was a great scenario Ness gave when he was actually a consumer at Best Buy, and he was able to make a connection with an employee there and potentially get him on his team. Now, a part of my business I do is online work, and I use Instagram and I use Facebook mainly. But you know, people are constantly always asking me, you know, what is that I do or what am I doing? So before anything, because I'm never quick to rush into what I do about my life, I always want to talk about their #1 subject, themselves. I'm like, well, where are you from? What do you do for a living? What do you do for fun? You know, and then I deliver my message. The reason being is because people love to talk about themselves, but more than anything, they love for people that listen to them talk about themselves. You know, you are in the business of showing people that you care. If you don't genuinely care about people, then this is not a business for you. I genuinely care to see someone be successful, so that's how I'm going to work my business. That's how I'm going to work when I form someone. I'm going to always listen to hear about their family, whether they have kids, if they don't have kids, if they want kids, if they don't want kids, if they just like having dogs and cats. I want to know that. I genuinely do care. I want to know what it is that they do. What is their 9 to 5? What is their day-to-day business? If they're a real estate broker, if they're in sales, I want to know these things. I want to know what they love about what they do. I want to know what they hate about what they do. I want to know what they do when they're not doing what they're doing to create an income. You know, and then from all that, I always find my bridge, which is usually about being passionate and how I turn that passion into me. You know, if someone's passionate about selling houses, I'm like, it's amazing that you're so passionate about what you do. I'm passionate about what I do as well. And that creates a conversation that now turns to me where they say, well, what is it that you do? And I'm like, I'm in the people industry. I help people save money, make money, get out of debt, and have the time. That's called an elevator speech. And the reason why I wanted to call it an elevator speech is because it's pretty much just long enough to get through an elevator ride and pique someone's interest without telling them way too much about anything that we're doing. So they're like, oh wow, that sounds interesting. I'm like, yeah, I'm very successful at it, and now I'm in a pay-it-forward system where I help others get what I've gotten just by working hard. And people are like, wow, that really sounds great. And I'm like, listen, I'd be interested. If you're interested, I'd love to show you. I put it on them in a standpoint where they really don't have an option of telling me no. And then from there, you know, I show my push plays videos to them. They see the information and they're ready to get started. We do a 3-way call to close it out, or I close it myself. You know, depending on how well I've gotten to know the person, how much of a connection I felt I made with the person. You know, forming is something that works, but it's like anything else. It works over time, and it takes time to get good at it. You know, in the beginning, you're going to be bad at it because I was very bad at it. But over time, I got better at it. It's just like a muscle, anything else. You have to use repetition. You don't go to the gym in one day and expect to have a 6-pack tomorrow. You You have to stay in the gym, keep working at it, keep working at it, and over time you start to see the results pay off. It's the same thing with forming, it's the same thing with this industry. If you stick to it, you keep consistent, and you're always working hard, and you stay excited no matter what, it always pays off in the end, and it always works hard. You know, so we're out here in New York, we're doing what we gotta do, but this video is gonna go around the world. It's here to make everyone successful in this industry and in this business. So on behalf of Ness and myself, True Freedom and YAL, we're out.